In today's Insider, we are getting the inside scoop on Matt Harvey and the Mets from our Mets insider, Andy Martino. Of course, had the story, was talking to Matt, was interrupted, started the whole thing, wrote all about it in the Daily News today. He joins us via SNY video chat from his palatial hotel suite in Port St. Lucie. And Andy, right off the bat, I mean, obviously you were there for all of this. You wrote about it. Are you sensing that the Mets are uncomfortable with how Matt is handling himself and how he puts himself out there, whether it be through social media or interviews?
Gee, Jonas, whatever would give you that idea that the Mets are uncomfortable? I mean, look, I'm interviewing a player, the member of the PR staff comes and tries to break up the interview. Obviously, that wasn't something that was all Jay Horwitz. That was what the organization wanted, which was Harvey to limit his one-on-one exposure. So clearly there's an issue because the player himself chose to give that interview. He does not mind the attention. He's an adult. He doesn't mind sitting there and giving reasonable answers to reasonable questions. And if you read the story, Jonas, as obviously you did, you see that he even threatened to call the Players Association to assert his right to be interviewed by me. So, yeah, you could say there's a little tension there. Now, having said that, that interview and that scene provoked a sit-down between Sandy Alderson and Matt Harvey. Matt Harvey came out of that meeting, sought me out, wanted me to know that he felt better about everything. But that was before the story ran, of course. The quotes were pretty honest, and this is something to keep our eye on. It was peaceful by the end of yesterday. I think it's probably pretty peaceful now. But this is what it is. You have a strong personality, which I think is great. But I think any corporation, any employer tends to want to control employees, keep them in line, keep them on message. And Matt Harvey, to his credit, is not willing to stay on message. He's his own guy, and he's going to say what he's going to say. I think we need more of this in sports, whether you agree with what he's saying or not. But management oftentimes and PR professionals tend to feel differently.
Now, Andy, I see your point there, no question about it, but many others would say there's another side to this, which is that Harvey is a part of a team and that maybe he should act like a team member, respect the team's wishes, whether it be with the media policy or where he rehabs, since they are his employer, and these flare-ups haven't really happened with other players.
Well, the thing is, though, Jonas, I mean, I hear that, but I don't really accept that point of view because Harvey has the right, via the collective bargaining agreement, to do his rehab wherever he wants, with the team, away from the spring training facility. Most players don't exercise that right. But I don't think any employee in any situation should be made to feel bad for simply doing what they're allowed to do. And he makes some valid points here in the story. He says, I don't want to be in New York so I can meet models and go to the clothing stores and see the nightlife. Now, look, we're not naive. We know he enjoys some of that stuff. But I believe this guy when he looks me in the eye and says, I want to be around my teammates. I want to get to know Travis d'Arnaud, the young catcher. I want to be in the dugout giving high fives. Because this guy is absolutely 100% convinced he's pitching this season. I don't know if that's going to happen, but he knows it's going to happen as of right now. And he doesn't want to come back in August or September and feel like he's not in the flow of that season. Now, he says when it's time for him to get on the mound in a minor league game, and that has to happen in Florida, he will gladly go to Florida. But until June or July, when he's cleared to throw off that mound, he says, well, why do I need to be there? I can do my rehab stuff and be around my teammates. I think there's a real genuine element here for why he wants to do it, and I can't stress enough, under the collectively bargained agreement between teams and the union, he has the right to do that. So to me, it's pretty clear.
So, Andy, you don't view this. Some might look at this and go after the magazine quotes from last year and the eyes popping with the shirt and trying to out Jeter and all that, that Harvey has grown a very healthy ego. You don't view this as the ego has become a problem and the Mets have a monster they can't corral.
I think he has an ego, a big ego and a healthy ego, but I think that's part of what makes him great. I mean, Jonas, what makes me and you so wonderful on TV? Those
Our huge egos, yeah.
They make it so difficult to deal with in personal lives. It's the same thing. Look, I think Matt Harvey has that edge. I got a text from an ex-Met who, after reading the story last night, who basically said, this guy's got 1986 blood in him. The Mets have been waiting for a guy like this for years. They have a lot of good people on that team, like David Wright, et cetera, et cetera. Jose Reyes, in recent history, was a nice man. R.A. Dickey was a really nice man. But Matt Harvey, although he's friendly to deal with and not a jerk or anything, has that edge. Like, forget what you want me to say. I'm going to say what I want to say. And that's the same personality trait that makes him such an elite competitor on the mound. So if the Mets can learn to embrace that and make it a positive, they'll be in better shape. On this one, I'm with the labor and not the management, and I think that the Mets are the ones that need to adapt to this special player that they have, not the other way around. Why do you want to change a guy who is so good like Harvey was last year?